chance. The level 1 wasn't pretty.
Wait, are you duoing with the Ashe?
Yeah, this was our only duo game.
Okay. That's
We
fine.
duoed 1 game
I just
today.
think that's funny. Okay. Because I know it's your friend. Okay, so first thing is first. I need to set this up. So you would need. So way to see gold, isn't there? Objective timers is good. Score
I
display.
think X is the way to see gold, maybe. Like you just hit
Yeah,
the.
you do hit X. Okay, good. Is there a way? Can I just perma toggle scoreboard? Okay, perfect. Okay, nice. Now we'll press play with this. Okay, perfect. So first thing to note, you are Hwei against Silas. You should
Yeah.
E-start in this lane. Did you do that? Do you know why?
I did not do that, but it's very reasonable because I could just EQ his EE. Very reasonable. I did not do that though.
I would consider two things. One, maybe okay for sure. If they had a melee support, I would go Aerie page this game. The reason why is Aerie's better into melees, like just good rune into melees, especially against Silas and lane.
I guess.
Yeah, because you can proc it really often, and fights are long. Melee champions are tankier than range champions, because melee champions are bruisers and tanks. Range champions are like mages and ADCs, for the most part. General rule. Obviously, like Thresh is an exception. But Aerie gets procced really often. The fights go really long against melee comps. You are looking at triple melee topside. That means if you're ever looking to fight topside, you are probably going to be proccing Aerie a lot, because you'll be against melee comps, which would make it really good. Whereas Comet loses value because Comet does a lot of burst, but then has lower DPS, and fights can go really, really long here. Now, with the exception that like Viego and Silas are pretty squishy, so it's probably not the worst. I think both pages are pretty viable here.
I ended up going pen build this game as well because I thought like I'm just trying to like kill their squishies with like 2 spells.
So I actually think that is significantly more So first of all, this is like should be hard losing for you, right?
Oh yeah, this is what I'm saying was troll. Like this, what's happening right now. This is so bad.
Yeah, you're gonna run into an issue. Like he's just gonna EE you, right?
Yeah.
So what we would do, I wouldn't flash personally, but it's fine. I would tank this. So I would tank it, and then I would tank it, and then I would QE this way and run into the QE. It's probably bugged right now, like it shows it's off cooldown. I don't think it is. But I'd QE in like 2 seconds, run through my own QE, so that if he chases, he gets slowed, and then you just walk out. And his E won't come up in time because 13 seconds. So you'd be fine. So I think that's the first thing. But E start, like you can just auto him. If he tries to E onto you, you EQ, and then you can just keep autoing him on the way out. Okay, now let me go back to here. So you are going to get clobbered a little bit because it's hard for you to avoid his trading pattern. There are 2 things that you can do to avoid Silas's trading pattern as we go through the early game. First thing, you can start E. That makes it easy, because even if he hits the E onto you, you're fine. Second thing is you get wave advantage like you are now, and if he wants to trade into you in the wave, you can sit inside of your minions so he can't hit that second E, and because he'll take minion damage, he will get hurt. Now, this is... You're like a bit like I don't know. So can you explain to me why you would EQ here?
I believe I was reacting to the second E and I just assumed it'd be on me.
Okay. If it was to be on you, right? Your first priority is dodging the E. Right? So you just walk behind your minions. When you think about your E spells, you would use EQ as disengage tool, right?
Yeah.
EW is like, think about EW as like, maybe this will hit. For the most part, EW is like follow up on CC, and you just throw that shit if you're poking them under tower. Maybe it hits. And then you do a ton of damage.
Or I do it on myself, maybe sometimes.
Sometimes that's viable, but usually you would EQ if someone's ever on top of you, right?
Yeah.
Unless it's like a hacker rib, you literally can't hit them with the EQ.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But for setup, especially in a scenario like this, always EE. It's way better, right? Especially because that melee minion and range minion will die. So think about it as like you're pushing the wave at the same time. You get poke onto him, and you set up an automatic QQ, and it is guaranteed. And if this E was to be aiming for you, you need to have the reaction time to EQ him when you see it's aiming for you.
Instead. Okay, yeah. Okay.
But you shouldn't really struggle with that because you were close enough to the minions. But it's just good to think about.
Okay. Yeah.
It's similar with all melee matchups, by the way. Like Fizz is similar. Like you can EQ his Q, or just E for poke. Like it works the same. Hwei is, by the way, pretty hard winning into Sylas. Like this is one of your. I would say this matchup sucks for Sylas. Like I think it's unplayable. I'm auto like when I play. I don't play mid, right? But like when I go mid, I don't lose to Sylas on this champ. I think it's very hard for him until he steals your ult. That's great. That's great. He's behind minions, so you EEQW. QQ would do more damage here, but QW, it goes through the minions, right? So you get the poke.
Yeah, exactly.
You should WE on top of that IMO, just for extra damage, because you're super safe. Now your wave is crashed, and we got to come up with a plan. Knowing you're going to walk up and you're going to hit this plate like 4 or 5 times. What is stopping Viego from ganking you right now?
It's between his 215 3 camp and his 255 full clear. Like I don't think he can be here.
So I would accept that answer if this was a higher elo, which it's not. He could theoretically, and a lot of players will, as you've probably realized, just skip his last camp because fuck it, why not? It's bad for him, right? Unless he kills you. So if he skips that last camp and he doesn't kill you, his game is like turbo griefed, right? But if he does skip the last camp and he gets the kill on you, he's in an excellent position. So my advice to you would be just hit the crystals, which is literally like 75% of the damage you're going to do to the turret. So walk up, hit the turret once, and then just go drop your ward, right? And you see that your jungler's here. Like, he's going to be playing for this. Yeah, so I would honestly drop my ward probably here, and then I would try to just sit with him on Scuttle, and then once this wave, like, you can just let him CS for free, and then just walk away. The other option is that you just sit here and you poke him.
I risk walking into Viego if I ward there.
And it's the same thing again here, by the way. So you want him to E onto you, by the way. You are full HP. If he E's onto you, he is taking the hardest losing trade of his life. Because you can EQ, QQ. Yeah. So you shouldn't be panicking. I would let this hit me. I would let that hit me, and I wouldn't, like, really do anything else, and then I would EE after if I saw that it didn't, pretty much. Now, your wave's in a good spot. It's going to be bouncing, but here's the issue. If he crashes this, right, now we're fighting for crab, which, by the way, was very predictable crab fight timer, which is why I said that you should move with your jungler ahead of time in order to play for crab, or you poke him under turret. You decided to poke him under turret, but you didn't get a massive advantage for it. Sylas coming into this fight is, I would say, relatively equal to you in power, even though he's lower on HP because he's playing Sylas and you're playing Hwei. Would you agree?
Yeah. My wave's really good here, no? Slow pushing into me?
Your wave is good, slow pushing into you, because you both decided to leave the wave. But if you tried to leave and he stayed and fast pushed the wave, you could be at a disadvantage, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah,
that's the one thing to watch out for. It's not necessarily a mistake.
Okay.
Now we play here.
In that case, would I go back mid or would I just go?
So
what would you do if he stayed mid?
If he stayed mid,
yeah, I
would contest the wave for a little bit to make it so he can't crash. Once I see the next wave's arrived or close to arriving, I would move.
Okay.
So you have W off cooldown right now, by the way. So okay. Did Poppy just die right in front of you?
Oh, I could have WW'd her, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it is the freest double W. Okay, when you go into a fight, your strongest... So think about your... Hwei's W is the most complicated branch to use in fights. I think it's pretty obvious when you should be spamming QE and chokes, and pretty obvious when you should be using QQ for, like, just raw damage. W is complicated. To break it down into two simple ways: engage the fight with WQ, disengage the fight with WQ. Everything else inside of the fight is double W, unless you hit a massive wombo combo, and you can use WE for passive proc. But it's almost always double W inside of actual combat. Because at this point in the game, this is 120 shields.
Yeah, it's pretty impactful.
Yeah, which on your Poppy would be literally 2 auto attacks. That's 3 seconds. Viego's never getting 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So she dies. Okay. Now, double W.
Yeah, for sure.
She should live, right?
I got tunneled on the. Also, that should have been an EE on that guy.
And now you double W, and I would have WQ'd at this point. So at this point, you should have double W'd Poppy. Your WQ should be coming off cooldown. You should be WQing to run at the Yunara, right? So that you can pressure her. And now you actually do end up getting pretty far ahead. But I'm gonna be honest. This fight should have been super duper duper good for you guys. Like, way better. Okay, nice. You clean up the kill. What should happen here? See, you see that they're running mid, right?
Yeah, I just cleared bot. I think that's
I
what I
think
did.
that what they're doing is incorrect, but it's fine. You can't really control it. Like, I don't think they're supposed to go mid here. I think they're supposed to run bot. You're supposed to base and then insta TP mid. That's okay.
Yeah, because my wave was frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And now you're trying to fast push this, which you cannot possibly do. So what they should do is they should never be fighting here because they don't have time. They should be fast pushing, just so you're aware. They should be fast pushing this wave. They don't really care that much if it crashes because you have TP, so you can insta TP mid and save the bad lane state. And then they can just go base, walk bot. This wave isn't frozen, so they're chilling. And then you would just lane mid. Instead, they're running at this guy, which forces you to what? Stay bot, kind of? Right? And this isn't really winning for them.
I think I just TP in his face anyway. Because I'm just like, I'd like
I
tell him, because
actually,
we're in comms this game.
I
And I'm
actually
just like,
agree
just
with
go
this
bot.
decision because your teammates are griefing. They shouldn't be mid
Okay.
right now. If they did go mid the first time, they should have left mid by now after fighting the Silas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go back here. Okay, I'm gonna slow down on the. I'm gonna like speed up on the points that I'm making because we're 5 minutes into the game, and I'm pretty sure I've talked for like literally 15. So
Okay.
let's go back a sec. So you're pushing this wave, right?
Oh,
I'm
this
pretty
death
sure.
this is a reason why I wanted to submit this game. This death is a reason I want to submit this game.
So you
I
have
die
a.
like this all the time, like literally, like every single game I die like.
Okay, you haven't warded at all. I mean, what you did here is like insane, though. Like, okay, you should live even 2v1, but also you have a ward off cooldown. I actually think this gank is like a really good timer from Lulu. Like it's a really good timer. It's kind of hard to predict, but like you're EEing a Silas who has like you would win this if you hit the E.
Yeah.
You would just kill him.
Yeah.
So I don't know like why your E is the issue. Maybe Lulu saves it, but like you could EQ. Okay, here's what I would do. It's a spell selection issue, but like back to explaining this. So you see that this fight is happening. You WE for initial poke. You have blue buff. I know it's a reflex, but there's no point. So WE,
Yeah,
if we look at what the
WE just like habitually, to be honest, in lane. It's just like it's not a
Yeah.
skill I press.
30 damage, you know, it's not really
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, you're right.
So what I would do, I would see this. I'll wait until his E comes out. Now I EQ, QE here, WQ, run away. It's possible that they still kill you. It's possible. Like Lulu can slow you, right? If they do enough damage, like you could still die, but you have a significantly higher likelihood. Now your lane is actually giga fucked. He is significantly stronger. And his CS deficit doesn't matter. Because he just got a shutdown on you. He's playing Silas. He has double buffs. He has 2 stacks on Darkseal. You're unironically even in gold, right? And if he wants to, he can take this plate as well. Let's see what happens. But I would say 2 points here. 1, you need to use those wards, right? So
I feel so unsafe going to ward, but I guess it doesn't matter. Like if I'm just gonna die to the gank anyway, I have to ward.
Well, think about it like this, right? You might feel unsafe going to ward, but Silas has to catch this wave here. If Silas starts walking at you as you're going to ward, you know there's someone here. But if he's all the way over here, and you've run into Lulu in this bush, it's a fucking Lulu.
Yeah, okay.
You know, it's like, oh.
How do I know it's not Lulu and Viego? Then I just shouldn't be there at all if like it can be both of them?
If Lulu and Viego are randomly in this bush when you go to ward, well played, GG.
Okay.
Genuinely, that could happen. That's like that wouldn't happen. Like it would be crazy if Viego, who had just fought, was like, man, I'm gonna skip my jungle camps and hide in this bush. Like you have to ward. That can't be an exception.
Yeah.
Like you can't say like, oh, warding is too dangerous. Well, not warding is
More dangerous.
Yeah, okay. Like you have to. Okay. So I would ward, but then also just got to play the fight better. It's the same for all melee matchups. Kind of like you have to hold the EQ. Be more patient with your spells, which I think we talked about before. Now you get the kid QW. Freezing this I think is fake actually.
I don't think I do. I don't think I do.
Like this isn't real. Like I would have pushed and gotten the plates, and then after I got the plate, I would have roamed bot.
I think I wanted to slow push this wave just so I didn't die when he was stronger than me. Like I wanted to have the extra minions, so he wouldn't just one shot me.
How would he one shot you? You're level 6.
Well, like if I fast push the wave, he can contest me on the wave and get 6, but he can't walk up to contest the wave to get 6 if he's stuck level 5 into 10 minions.
Okay, I want you to explain to me how that would happen. Maybe you're right, but I'm not. So right now, you stop you stop Silas's recall. You know he's recalling and he's going to finish his recall in like 4 seconds. So you know you can crash this before he gets back to lane, right?
Yeah, and then so I would be level 6, and then we would go to an even wave after I
So
crash it. The next wave would be
you would crash this. You would hit the plate. You would run bots through here. So you'd run bot.
I run bots.
You would gank this. He would get a plate in return. If this gank doesn't work, it's really bad, right? But you're looking at the situation, and I think it's doable. But you have to, if you're going to do something like this, your first decision is, okay, fast push. You hit the wave, and then your next decision is, does bot still look playable? And bot might respond to the fact that you left the map. If bot doesn't look playable, you just walk back mid, and then you can test Sylas on the next wave. And like I said, with EQing Sylas's E, you should never die.
Okay.
You should win most trades. But this sounds like a small thing. Like, oh, okay, you played this wave wrong. But because you're a mage into a melee champion, you only get like 2 or 3 points to actually play in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the opposite for like melee champs. Like they can roam a lot more because they have so much kill threat. But if you don't take these opportunities to rub around the map, you don't have impact. And also freezing for mid lane is actually like really weak.
Can you move your camera to the other corner so I can see the minimap?
Yeah, sorry. Freezing for mid lane is extremely weak IMO because your like lane is essential. And if you just freeze, then Sylas can move, right?
Yeah, I fully agree. I think that's why I slow pushed. It was because I wanted to like maintain an advantage over it. I was honestly scared of dying, but I think you're right. I should have pushed and then run bot. That makes sense.
So just hard push, run bot. You do it now. And it works. Nice. Ashe runs mid. Good from Ashe. So you'll crash your wave. So you should do, crash this wave. I would take this plate. 100% I would take this plate. But it's fine. You miss out 120 gold here. Now I'm gonna say something, and it's gonna sound a little toxic, but I think it's helpful. I am not an optimal player, but I would probably be up about 800 gold right now. From where you're at.
Just from waves and plates.
Yeah, like I think there's room for you in this game with how your opponents are playing to be up 800 gold. Just so you have a reference of like, you know, what's possible. You could be up 800 right now. And your Sylas should not have that kill, but like you're gonna die, so I don't really care about that so much. Like you made a mistake, that's what it is.
Okay.
Your death mid actually doesn't bother me that much. It's more like the fact that you aren't super high agency on the map, and also your combos are trading wrong, right? Like, that's more important. Because you could show up in a fight right now, even as Sylas, and if you use your spells wrong, no offense, like you have been in some of these fights, you'll just be less useful, because it's Sylas. Most melee champs are just like that. You have a pretty high barrier to being useful in fights as a mage. I want to see what happened here. So we know he has Ashe ult.
Oh, yeah, he just one-shot me. I should have flashed it. I don't know, I got greedy, I guess.
So you WE the wave. You WE the wave. He Qs you. His Q hits. Yeah, I mean, that's just... You got to do something there, right? Like, you got to flash it. You got to dodge it. You got to not use WE on the wave. You can't position this far up. Like, you have to do something, too. You got to throw an EW if he does ult you to root him, prevent him from getting onto you. Like, you have to come up with a plan. I think there you were just, like, not thinking about it. Am I correct?
Well, I saw that he had Ashar, but I really didn't think it would one-shot me from full HP, to be honest. Like, I wasn't thinking about dying.
But you play Sylas.
Yeah, I do. And he has electrocute and he's Q maxing, which is 2 variables that I don't play with usually. I usually go Conquer and I WMX.
All right,
But
I'm not going to accept that logic. I think you know that would kill you, but we'll keep going. You know that's going to kill you. I think you just weren't thinking about it, man, which is fine. Come on.
I mean, I saw the Ashar. I literally said in comms. Like, I'm no lie. I said in comms. He has Ashar. His only time to fight me is right before it expires. That's what I said in comms to Jamie. I told him that.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so you died. You're down a lot. You can no longer fight in lane. Okay, I'm gonna explain this, but like you are, so your matchup here.
I actually thought I did have a timer to fight because he has no flash ignite or ult. I believe I fight him when I kill him, like right now.
You can, but he is going to be like you're like yes, right now you have a timer, but he's up 300 gold as Silas into you. He has probably an XP advantage, and he is like going to win sides against your champion if he's good, since he can literally kill you from Fog of War like on cooldown.
Yeah,
He's gonna make your game pretty miserable. So like the onus is on you to win this lane early. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay. Now we're walking up. You just E'd. Okay, he's trolling. Okay, I want to watch this. So you open with EQ, which I'm fine with here. You get greedy, you get the plate, you dodge it. He Ws. I don't know how to say this, but Silas should win here. But like, it's fine. I think you used proper spells. I'm relatively happy with the decision you made. The only thing I would say, probably walk back after you EQ and poke combo them. You know what I mean?
Instead of hitting the plate there.
Yeah,
I
like
think at EQ. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, especially because like you have Faded Ashes. If he stuns you under turret and he's burning, like you're gonna die. And I think that this is just like scary. I wouldn't do it. I would walk back after I would EQ QQ Silas, and then I would just walk away. Right, and then
that's fair.
That would be it. But it's fine. It works out. So I'll skip past it. Now you'll base here, which I find interesting. I would hit this plate and push this next wave. I don't know why you're basing. So Silas is dead, has no TP. We have perfect knowledge on everybody on the map.
Yeah, we do.
Like, we know York's top, we know Ornn is TPing there, we know that they're bot lane. So this wave should be yours, and this turret plate should be yours. In which case, you would be back up to a 500 gold lead against the Silas.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why I didn't stay. I don't know why I didn't stay at all.
Okay. What did you just do?
He walked in when I was in base and died.
Okay. Okay. Let's think. So as we're approaching this fight, right? We got to assess this. This is the wrong spell. They are clumped up together. So this needs to be, first of all, your W is off cooldown. It's bugged. I know it's bugged, but your W is off cooldown. W the master ye please. You have to use WW in fights.
Okay.
You actually didn't W at all, I don't think. Like, I don't think you WE or WQ'd. The only other thing that I would probably do here is I would WQ towards the E so that you could run away. That's of other viable, but like just double W. That's easier. And then EQ or EEQQ, and you would kill Viego.
Okay. The only reason why EW is because it has the longest range, and I like barely got my EWQQ before he got the reset anyway.
Actually, EW does have the longest range, but EW has a 0.7 second lock on duration, and then has a 0.25 second projectile time to the target. So you have 0.95 seconds, under which, I'm not trolling, you would be better off if you walked forward and EE'd, which only has a 0.5 second like snap.
You know that. I thought EW. Like, the projectile will like hit them if they're running away. That's something to get. It doesn't apply.
That's fair, but it would affect the fight quicker if you EEQ. Just so you know.
Do
It's
you
not
think
a
I
real
have
thing.
time to EEQQ here?
1000%.
Before I get the reset?
1000%. And even like yes, 1000%.
My judgment call. The reason why I didn't is because I didn't think I had time to do that.
I mean,
You might
what
be
I would
right.
do, I would see this happening, and I would be like, oh fuck, I would be WQing like really early. And if this guy 1v1s you, dude, you are vibing so hard. You're actually kind of griefing by walking away here. Like, you should let him 1v1 you. Because it's like,
Yeah, he
pretty
just
giga
has my
chill.
R was the only thing I was scared about. Like, I knew he had R and I didn't have R.
That's fair. I get that. He can kill you. Like, it's possible. You can both kill each other. But okay. I will look past it, but I would have WQ'd, ran up to the fight, and then, like, just done my full combo. Probably could have killed one person, but it's okay. Silas moved a little bit. So we know they're both bot side, right? Hover top side here. You should be hovering towards the top side. I like the CW. This is really good. It's really good. The point is not to hit it. The point is to zone him off of 3 CS. Why does that happen?
Yeah, exactly.
The point is to zone him off of 3 CS, which I think you do pretty effectively. So yeah, I'm like the worst when it comes to camera movement in Spectator. Okay. Now we're sitting back. We wait for wave to come. That's fine. This is weird. This is bad. So, why are you doing this? You wait for wave to come.
Let's see. Yeah.
So you handshake the 1v1, but like, why? See, like, you have no information. Lulu could be sprinting at you right now. Viego could be sprinting at you right now.
Yeah, Viego could have put mid.
You are randomly coin flip running mid with all of your teammates occupied on the map against the Silas, who can steal your ultimates. And then Viego just shows up, which is relatively predictable. And there's like no plan for what happens if Viego shows up. I have ADHD. I'm not one to fault you for not knowing where Viego is. I don't know where Viego is either if I would be the one playing this game. But what I do fault you for is not like saying Viego could just be here. I don't know, so I'm just not going to play it, right? Like, I push my wave, I get the first reset, small advantage, I'm going to be happy with that. Silas will reset 15 seconds later, which means on the next wave, you get the first push, then you can roam and affect bot lane, and that's your advantage. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, no, it does.
Okay. Which, by the way, you haven't had any roams yet, which is like...
I roamed bot and killed...
yeah, you did have one. You're right, you're right.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think there's been some... Those opportunities would help you feel like you're more impactful in a game. I guarantee.
They would. I feel like a lot on this champ. I am like sitting mid, now flipping a fight and dying.
So, at this point, I would not be moving. The reason why, your Silas is just roam top. The advantage you get when someone roams is you get to hit this plate, right? Yi is here. So I would start moving, right? And then I would see this. He's full comboed. Viego's dead. He never lives.
Spells. He can't win.
He literally can't win. Right. So you have to, now you immediately run back because you realize you, like, okay, I should be here. You go back. WE is great. Okay. What's your plan here? Let's look at your amount of gold. All right. You have an alternator and a glowing moat. What are you building?
Oh, the glowing moat was an accident. I've had it all game. I had an extra glowing moat all game.
That's
I'm building Storm Surge.
Okay, that's fine. So you need 1,200 gold. So
yeah,
you know that that Silas roamed up, and that Viego just died, right?
Yeah. Also, I should be building Shadow Flame, but I remember I accidentally clicked on Storm Surge. Like, I should legit make an item set. Like, I lost to items. Okay. I actually lost to the shopkeeper this game.
That's fine. It's not that much different. But this wave, you should have fast pushed it. What happened here? What is happening? You haven't QE'd yet. Okay. Okay. When this wave is approaching, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at your Q cooldown. 4 seconds. QE when it's here. Just QE. As it's walking in, QE it. And then, like, it'll burn as it comes in. Because the reason why The limiting factor in pushing waves is the melee and cannon minions. So if you can get a QE that just affects the melees and cannons as they walk in, that's like all you need to do, right? Because it's really easy to kill the ranged ones. Those are never the limiting factor in pushing the wave.
Yeah.
So QE here, and then
Yeah, you're right, but I never do. I always wait for the QE to like hit the range. I don't know why I do that.
no need because you're.
Yeah,
and
like
now,
I walk up and then I QE in melee. Right?
And this would be about your second QE, and then you could walk away because you wouldn't want to trade with the Silas, right? Because he has the OP boots, and you're like, eh. I mean, if you do want to trade with the Silas, it's honestly fine as well. And then you could have QE'd both, got all the minions, then you could QW the cannon minion. Yeah. But otherwise, this is fine. You actually have nothing to base for, so who cares? Don't really care about the fact that you're not basing here. Under like normal circumstances, I mean, it's a good base timer.
Oh, I tell my ADC in comms that Silas is running bot, and then he says, okay, but I have good vision, and then he dies to the silence.
It's fine. You can't control that. I don't care. Now this. That's really predictable.
Oh, yeah. I just didn't notice that he took the Ash R. I just didn't notice.
All right. I'm going to look past it. There's more important things to worry about. Okay, they're all fighting topside. All of the enemies are accounted for. Hit turret. Yep, start pushing. Okay, I like it. Let's look at your spell selection, because it looks like there were some mistakes here. Okay.
Yeah, I actually don't remember what I did this fight, but I remember feeling like I inted my E.
Push the wave. He W's. He didn't E yet. Double W. Double W him. You haven't W'd. You WE'd at the end. You griefed him. You got to double W him. And when you double W, look at it, 222 health. That's insane. That is so much.
Lived, I think.
Yeah, probably. And I think like you just have to wait until he uses spells before you can use yours. Otherwise, you have to EE. EE at a time that Silas is in spell animation and he can't dodge it. Like if you see Silas W, then you can EE because he can't E while he Ws, right? That's the only two times. So you either wait until he uses his E because he has no dash, and then you set up for EE, R, QQ, or you EE when he's in the middle of his W, and then you're chilling. But you have to choose one of the two. Both will work. It's just you didn't know, and so you're making this mistake over and over again. I'm not trying to like. I'm just making sure that you see the scenario. So I'm not trying to beat a dead horse. Is that what the saying is?
It is.
Thank you, bro. I'm smart, I think. That's a joke. Okay. Now you run bot. The silence is deafening. You run bot. Push the wave. And
oh yeah, I
must
remember being
ask.
scared of Silas, so I didn't like want to show you. I remember I QW'd the bush to see where he was, and then I hit him with my QW.
But your E is next to you though. Like, why aren't you here?
Can you go back actually?
Yeah, you're like walking in circles. So your E goes. Okay, you see him. Why aren't you here? You know he's here. Your Yi is here. Just go here.
I think I'm just dumb because I thought I was gonna die if I went bot. Like I'm so serious. I think I'm just low-key dumb.
Oh, that's honestly. Wait, hold on. Let me think about how to respond to that. I mean, I think you just weren't thinking. You might have just been yapping in comms to your friend. I don't know.
I think I said in comms I'm scared to walk bot.
Yeah, that's valid.
Oh my.
Okay, now you run bot because Silas is dead. Fast push. Now, fast push one more. Hit the turrets. Nice. Okay, hit it for about... Actually, just take the full turret. Fuck it. Because Silas can't possibly get here in time. And you see that he's mid? I would take the whiff. Okay, did you take the whiff? You did. Nice. Well done. Okay, big fan of the sequence. This is really good. And you result with 1,600 gold. Huge. It's really good. I'm not going to hit your build so much, but I think it's completely wrong. Because of triple mercs topside. And you knew that he had mercs
Yeah, I did.
Like you knew it because he bought it after his first item. So at that point, like, don't build full pen because, like, you know, you're
It's
gonna get
only 30 MR.
yeah, which negates what you have currently. So you have 3.5K or something invested into flat pen that's getting rejected. I know they give other stats, but
Should I build the entries then, or
no.
Cosmic Drive?
Cosmic Drive, yes. Cosmic Drive into. You can still go Shadow Flame second here. I think Shadow Flame second is acceptable. I think Storm Surge is unacceptable because Storm Surge is never in your final build. Like if they have Magic Resist. Shadow Flame can be in your final build if they have Magic Resist because the passive's so fucking broken. Whereas this passive actually blows. Squall is like literally fake. But Storm Surge mogs Shadow Flame on stats. Low key. But you don't care about the stats because you don't want the Magic Pen. So this
Yeah,
game, you can either do BFT into Shadow Flame if you get ahead, or BF Team into Cosmic Drive, skip the Shadow Flame third because they're slotting a Magic Resist, and the Shadow Flame's no longer worth it. And instead, I would go Crypt Bloom or Bloodletters. This game, you probably go Crypt Bloom. Fourth item, probably Rab, because you don't need anything else here. But I'd also pick up Oblivion
do you go
Orb.
Cryptum or Blood Letters because of the CDR?
Yes. And you also don't need, like, 40% pad. You don't really need it that bad.
Okay.
Yeah. And you should pick up an orb here, but never finish Morellonomicon until your last item because it blows.
Oh, I didn't even think about buying ITL this game. I did not think I needed it.
Yeah. Someone needs it. Like, just, yeah, someone needs it. It's kind of OP. Plus, I think she's going to get a redemption because she's playing Lulu. They always do, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see.
She doesn't
Okay.
get a Mickey L's or Chills anyway, so.
Yeah. A Mickey's. Okay. We're walking in. Okay. So you QQ here. Uh-huh. Okay, you're playing behind your Poppy. I like it so far. I too would not have ulted yet. Wow. No. Okay. Hwei ultimate. Never use Hwei ultimate. Okay. Hwei ultimate. Do you know about projectile speeds in League?
Yeah.
Okay. Hwei ultimate is a 1400 projectile speed. Hwei QQ is 2000. Hwei ultimate is very slow. Very, very slow spell. I would not use it unless the enemy literally can't see it from fog, and it's like super easy to hit, which it's from fog, but it's not super easy to hit. You can also use it if the enemy's locked up.
Well, that's why I passed
Otherwise,
this way. It was to Fog. I wanted to alter from Fog, but I think it was
I just don't think
I
it's
don't know.
worth. I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth. But then you
Okay.
get this kill, which is really nice. You should just be staying behind your team and full DPSing. This guy dives in because he knows you have no spells. Now, here's what we should do, right? Drop the EW. Okay, EW should have been dropped, but EE is fine and it works. Low-key Viego griefed, but it's okay. We get all the kills here. The one thing that we massively need to change here is ultimate needs to be follow-up. Imagine that you had ulted, like, say, the Viego here when he walked in. This fight could have ended poorly, but low-key, Yi lived for long enough that, like, it just becomes comp diff. If your Yi didn't live, this fight would have been dire straits because you had no ultimate and such. There's just a lot of griefing this fight. So just focus on the tips that I gave you. I don't really care about the outcomes of these fights because honestly, everyone in your games just griefed. Like, I just watched literally 10 players, no offense, use their champions improperly. Actually, no, the Yi did well. The Yi did good. He was chilling. And I think what you did in positioning wise was good, but I think spell selection just needs to be a little bit better. Okay, now we push. And I like this because they absolutely don't need you on Baron. I don't like this. You should be pushing mid. Like, you should have pushed another mid wave.
I didn't think I had time, to be honest. I could have QE'd and killed the range minions, but I didn't think I had enough time to kill the melees too.
That's fair. Okay.
So I just wanted the wolves, but I don't know if that's right.
Okay. And now you leave and you go top. Which...
Oh, I was pinging my team to 4-1. I wanted to bring 4 top, and I told you to stop farming his camps and to farm the enemy camps, and then he just kept full clearing. I was like, okay, I guess
this
I'll
happens a
again.
lot. This happens a lot even in my games. Yeah, your jungler's trolling. I agree. Your jungler shouldn't be full clearing because you have Baron, so you need to push. Like, it's basic League. Like, you just kill his
Yeah.
blue buff and gromp. Yeah. Okay, here's what I would do. I would be mid right now. I hate to say it. What you're doing is right, but because it's solo queue, you should just be mid. Because it's closer to where your team is. Like, I know you're supposed to 4-1 top and bot because that's the towers that you can take easily. But you should just go mid to stay close to your team. And then just hit the
Okay.
mid turret. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It's like playing based on your team and not like
Yeah,
what
it's
you
a
think
sad
is right.
reality of League. Um. Okay. We're in a standoff here. Your Yi is still clearing jungle camps.
Oh, I know. Don't worry.
He's now getting the bot wave, which I think is his next camp. He's probably going to go Krugs after. Oh, now he's pushing. Okay. You base here, which I think is good. Oh, he does go Krugs. I was right. He just wanted another wave. He is CS maxing. Okay.
At this point in
Hold
the game,
on.
I was like, wow, he has 290 CS. He's better than me. Oh, I just forgot that Ashar doesn't fucking do anything if it's in melee. Like, shit just doesn't even stun. I shouldn't, like... I tried to EW and then R because I thought it was all guaranteed, and it just wasn't.
Okay, even if you're going to EW and then R, EW first. Wait for it to root and then ult.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, that's honestly acceptable mistake. I would probably have done something similar, to be fair. I think there's a world where I did the same shit on that, and I'd be like, Merc treads are broken. Yeah, yeah, I would I'd probably do that. That's funny. Okay. QW. Here, just
We're playing
existing
without our
on
E
mid
again.
lane.
He's clearing.
So this is the hard thing, is that your E is still trolling. Like, what you should do is gather as 5, and then just hit their inhib. Okay, I want to see these spells. Enough bitching about the E. Okay. I don't like your EE here. I don't like any of the spells you just used on Ornn. I don't think this Ornn matters at all. I think you should just have held your spells and just auto-attack him, and then once you're here, QEEE. It probably won't kill anyone, but it'll do a lot of damage. I know you're ulting, but
Okay.
like you're ulting Ornn again. Like you've used all your spells into an Ornn. And I'm pretty sure you just win because he's just gonna pentakill. Yeah. But like, okay. Your Yi just 1v9 the game, to be honest. After playing what I'm gonna describe as relatively mediocre. But I wouldn't even give him mediocre. I think he was like not a good player.
Oh, yeah, we should have ended here, no?
Well, okay. I'm still stuck on that fight. Use your spells not on Ornn, okay? And just save him. Don't even worry about it.
Okay.
Because you can never kill the guy, so who cares? And softening him up doesn't like prevent him from walking at you. Like, just doing damage to him didn't change anything. Okay.
Look at this
Now
fucking
he
guy,
is
bro.
yeah. But where's your spells to follow up? You weren't paying
I
attention.
was I know I wasn't there. I backed and TP'd.
No.
I
You
after my
EW.
TP I read at this guy.
No, look. You EW. It latches on. You're look, la 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 la.
Bro,
Now we
what?
QW. You didn't do
What?
anything.
I walked up at QW when I got in range. I walked up at EW when I was in range.
Yeah, and then follow up on the EW. Hit the turret. Like, why are you walking around over here? No one's alive.
Okay.
You wasted
okay.
like 3 seconds over here.
Okay.
Like, turret should be dead.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, now you rotate towards top. Okay, let me look. So inhib is being taken, and I think you move and through a safe pathing. Okay, that's good. QE. Oh my god. QE. WQ. You EQ to Ghoul? Okay. Alright, we're gonna go over this fight from the start, okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's all spell selection. I'm going to start with the good news. Your positioning is good. Generally,
Okay.
your game IQ is good. Okay. Actually, okay, no offense, right?
Uh-huh.
You're really bad at Hwei. And you need to work on your Hwei as a champion.
Okay.
You're good at League. You're not Diamond 3 at League. But you're bad at Hwei. So we need to work on the Hwei. So I'm going to ignore the positioning, which I like. The way that you move, I like. The way that you kite backwards as your team is getting chased, I like. Everything involving the kit of the champion, we're going to talk about that.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I know that was mean.
No, that's understandable. That kind of makes sense if you think about like my background as a player of League and like what I do with my time.
Fair enough. Now, you have no WE right now. I actually can't see your cooldowns, which low-key blows.
Yeah,
But
that
they're going to be
does.
chasing him. If they were chasing him, I would be like, oh, WQ, WW, get this guy out. I don't think you have it. You do have the rest of your spells, though. I know that for a fact. So QE should happen here, or EQ, now that you see this. I think you are so tunnel visioned on, like, you need to react to things as they're happening. You are so tunnel visioned of this EE. Okay, E is like, first of all, the EE isn't even correct. Like, that's not even the first spell in your toolkit. The first thing you should do is QE in this choke, because they're chasing. Control the choke that they're
Yeah, that
chasing
makes
through.
complete sense. Yeah, yeah.
Then you EE to pull people through. The combo is not EEQE. The combo is QEE. The combo would be EEQQ. That might sound... Does that complicated? Does that make sense?
No, I get it. I
Okay.
get it. Yeah, yeah.
So you QE first.
You don't start with EE if you're QE.
Exactly.
Is what
So
you're
you
saying.
QE,
Yeah, yeah.
then you see he dashes forward. Now we EQ, right? And then maybe we could protect him. No W was thrown onto Yorick. I don't know if you have enough cooldown. Now we kite back a little bit out of range. But we're out of range already. So here is fine. Okay? Here is fine.
Well, we see that Ornn on the midway right now.
Yeah, but like, okay. Like throw QE and choke. Now, you had WQ, you did not even use it for movement speed. When you pressed...
I just pressed it.
You did, but you didn't use it at all.
Oh!
Look at how you WQ.
You meant utilize it, not
yeah,
use
you're
it.
just
Okay,
like
I see what you're saying.
in it, kinda. You didn't even make it all the way through it. And then you EQ a ghoul, which like, let's just call it unlucky. Because like, honestly, why the fuck did Viego happen to spawn a ghoul? Okay, I'll just say that's Riot diff right there. That was crazy.
Yeah.
But this fight, the spell selection...
I literally didn't even know I EQ'd the ghoul. I thought I missed it until you pointed it out.
Yeah, the spell selection, I think... Yeah. Okay, they take Baron, and I'm just going to fast forward through all this bullshit, because, let's be honest, nothing is going to happen for the next 2 minutes. Okay. Something happened in the next 2 minutes. Why? Okay,
My
so
Poppy's a psychopath.
Okay.
And walks in. And
Oh, I
fights
fuck
by
with this.
herself all
Okay,
the time.
she E's. Oh, wrong. Okay. EW follows up on allied CC. Okay? Got it?
Yeah.
Poppy's first. Second, Mage spell, your defensive spell, is the highest priority spell to keep off cooldown. Because you need it to survive. Your life is very important. So, if this Silas can die without you using EW, then you don't use EW. Because your E is incredibly important.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Because like Yunara could like potentially kill me in some
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you miss everything. As your coach, I can't help you with that. You just gotta hit it.
I one-shot the Yunara though.
That was cool.
You're completely right. I didn't.
What? She has AIDS. Yunara.
I don't know why she just hit my Yorick instead of hitting me and Ash over the wall.
She did dash into melee range and then hit your tank. Yep, she did do that. But you know, hey, if I was Yunara's coach, this would be a lot longer. A lot longer. Okay, now we EW and we QW for max range, and that's chill. And he is just diving them at Nexus. He dies. Now, I'm looking at this map. I would be triggered.
Oh, the top wave?
Nah, no, I'm triggering at your teammates because, like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, why is he diving Nexus? Like, what am I supposed to do?
Oh, absolutely. I was
But
super triggered at my Yi and Poppy the whole game, to be
okay, honestly, great kill. He ulted on you, he griefed, you EQ'd with great response, and then you follow up with the QQ. Fantastic. I love that. I love that. That was good. More of this. More reacting with the EQ. Okay, let me summarize the spells for you, okay? QQ
Let's do it.
does the most damage. QW, longest range, does the most damage if they are immobilized and low HP. Say like below half HP, QW will do more. QE is the best in fights for controlling chokes. If your goal is not to control a choke, why would you not need to control a choke? Well, the fight's already won, so they're like not really moving through the choke. Like you're moving forward, you just need to maximize damage. Then use QQ, not QE. But in most fights, you'll be spamming QE because you need to control chokes, especially in the jungle. Hwei is especially good at fighting in the jungle because jungle has chokes, mid lane is more open. Okay. And if you do fight in mid lane, you should like QE diagonal kind of to control like the entire lane because it creates sort of like
Yeah, I get
Brommelt.
Yeah.
If Brommelt was actually useful, and then your W like WQ for engage disengage. WW is the best when you're inside of the fight, and WE is the best for mana refund. Does slightly more damage and can only be used as the greediest of the three options because it provides the least value but the most generic value. IE WE does damage, which is always good, but shielding and movement speed is better in the scenarios where you need shielding and movement speed. Make sense?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Now, so for your E spells, EQ is your defense disengage spell, primary. Double EW could be used for defense on top of yourself, but it's better to fear them than to root them because fearing moves them away from you. And also prevents their dashes, right? Like you can EQ a dash.
Yeah.
I
think I learned like last week that all the E's do the same damage. I didn't know that.
Yeah, they do the same damage, but they have different durations.
Mm-hmm.
And then EE is your best spell for setup of combos. A lot of people use EQ to begin a combo. In my Hwei website, which costs $1.60, there's only one combo which starts with EQ because literally every combo starts with EE. It is your setup spell.
Right.
Because it just guarantees everything. You know what I mean? But then if the enemy's
Yeah.
coming into you, then you just EQ and then you throw your spells on top of the EQ. But like generally
Yeah.
speaking, just EE. So okay. I thought that might help you a little bit. Yeah. Apologies if it was redundant. Now we run back. Whatever. I don't really care about any of this. Viego's dead. Poppy's a psycho. Okay, I don't care. Not you, so that's fine. And I'm not super concerned with your macro, to be honest. I feel like your macro's pretty good in the mid game, actually. Like, I can tell you've played competitive games. Like, you know what the game is supposed to look like. And you seem relatively frustrated when it doesn't look that way. Maybe one of your issues is, like, you can't make concessions because your teammates are solo queue teammates and they're not, like, amateur teammates. And so you know that they're doing something wrong. And, like, that is annoying. And so we could talk a little bit in the future about, like, how to adapt to the fact that your teammates are playing improperly.
Right. Okay.
The most important thing, though, is like your mechanic. Like you need to focus on the laning phase so far. Focus on the laning phase, especially like positioning, jungle awareness, things like that, and then your spell selection on Hwei, right?
Yeah. Positioning is really a lot more simple to me when all 5 of them are on vision. Like team fighting is not that hard, I think. Like positionally.
Oh yeah, I agree. Okay.
Like don't walk in front of their engage. Really? Wow. Shocking.
Yeah, I agree. It's the same for me. QW, just for some poke. Orin is walking up.
I ever try to EQ that guy to cancel his R? I thought about it and then I was like, hell no.
Okay. QE is wrong here. EQ is fine. QE is wrong. QQ is wrong.
Right?
You should QE because if they run at Poppy, then they get slowed, right?
Okay.
Like this QQ here is a really big deal. Like the QE should happen, which then this ult would probably land. Also, Lord knows where that was going. And now you WE, so you have no WQ to run away, which burns your flash. Then you EW in a choke. You QQ, which prioritizes damage once again, but doesn't help with the fact that you guys are getting your ass beat by a Viego who needs to be, like, you need to use utility here, not damage, because you're worried about getting caught out, right? Like, you're not worried about killing him quick. You're like, oh, fuck. He's running at me. Makes sense?
Okay, yeah.
Do you have any questions about that? Do you want to go back? Do you want me to look at it a little in depth or?
Okay, so my takeaway there should I so on that very first time where EQQQ should that have been a QEEE?
Oh, where? Where?
Like kind of where I'm standing, but like it's the opponents there, not me. Like at the beginning of this fight where I EQ the horn.
So I would be throwing a QE now.
Yeah, and then I'm saying should my EQ also be a QE?
I
Probably.
would have. I would not have used EQ yet. I would have used
Just like hold
EQ.
it.
I wouldn't even have used EQ yet. Yeah, I would have held it until like literally that like last second when you were here.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to get like I don't know how to explain
But
like knowing when to use your spells and using your spells when you're supposed to is two different skills. You know what I mean?
it's true. I would say though, I'm not so concerned with you focusing on like the holding of your spells and stuff. I'm more concerned with you like seeing the
Like the
situation.
situational awareness.
Like if
I
you had
gotcha.
QE'd 2 seconds before instead of 2 seconds later, that's significant improvement from QQing nothing. And even if your QQ did
Yeah.
damage,
Okay.
who gives a fuck if it does damage? Because like damage don't matter there. All that matters is like utility, protecting your puppy.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Now Ash should be alive, and arguably Poppy should be alive. And then in this game is you're able to end right here.
The game we could
Now,
have ended 10 minutes ago. I was so frustrated this game.
yeah.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh.
Good news and bad news. Good news, you probably could have played a little better to the point where this game would be ended by now. Bad news, I put probably in front of that because your he is like actually an ape. So, you
He's
know,
a farmer. It
but
happens.
because your macro is good, that's why your turrets are still up. So like, you know, happy with it.
Hmm.
Not so mad that the game hasn't ended, but more so happy that like you haven't really been losing things on the map because you've been pushing all the proper waves. This is good. Well done. Your job is not to hit the Baron. Well done. Well done. I commend basically everything that you're doing besides your play on Hwei. I think this is good. You're not supposed to hit this. What are you going to do? 50 DPS while Ash does 700? Like, it's good. You just zone people, and you make sure if they come in that they lose half their HP bar before they even get to play the fight. Awesome. Now you push, and your Yi once again has aids. Literally just all mid. He is playing for farm again. WE. No. QE now. Control the choke. And what I think this was an EQ. Put an EW here, if anything, to zone them.
Some guy in chat asked the ranked. I am Diamond 340 LP.
Yeah. Yes. And now he is trying to solo end. I hope he dies. Thank God. I feel justified.
Wait, sorry. Can you go back to the very last piece of advice you gave me? I was like, sorry.
You
Like the
got
very last spell.
baited by chat? Okay.
I got baited by chat. Yeah.
Holy spectator bug. Wait, I was on one-time speed and it was just zooming. Okay. So, fight starts here, right?
Yeah.
So, how do we know when the fight starts? So you're pushing. Or an ult. First, Poppy's trolling. Because your lanes aren't pushed on either side yet. So just chill and wait for those lanes to get pushed. Well, okay, everyone's trolling on the map. So, all right, let's just go from the top to the bottom. So Master Yi and Yorick should be mid. And they're not mid. So they have it. Your Poppy is like sitting forward, but you're waiting for your Yorick and Master Yi to show up. Like, why would you walk forward against 5 players as 3? So that also doesn't make sense. Now an Ornn ult happens, and you WE, which is like... Okay, do I need to explain why this one doesn't make sense?
Could be a WW. Probably.
Could be
I'm
anything.
slow,
Could be
so
doubled
WQ
up.
is bad.
Just WE doesn't make any sense. You could save the spell. You could be like, oh, I don't even need move speed. Just don't press one of them. EQ makes no sense because
Okay, that's fair.
Because you could EW in the choke. You QQ for damage when QE would be like, you know, some utility.
Giga. Okay, yeah.
Ash doesn't kite with you, so like report her. Because
I didn't even notice Ash died until after, and I was like, "Where'd she go?"
she just ran away from her mage. It's like, in classic WoW, bro, who has the utility? The mage with Blizzard. When the mage roaches on the fight, it's over. That's why Pirate Software got canceled. But you can't roach on the mage. That makes no sense. He's meant to keep you alive, and that's what Jubilatory. He did a reverse Pirate Software in this fight. Does that make sense?
First Pirate Software. Now I get it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I hope that analogy helped. And then the game ends. I'm unsatisfied with this, like, win, kind of.
That's exactly why I wanted you to look at this game, to be honest with you, because I was
Yeah.
too.
Okay. Okay. Now, I'll leave it to you. Do you have questions for me? What are your major
Okay,
questions?
well, yeah. Let me walk through some takeaways. Maybe that might lead me to questions.
Yep. Okay.
So like, so from top to bottom, at the first few minutes of the game, the lane was fine, but I was EQing too early on the Silas trades, and I can hold my spells and play a little bit more patient and aggressive at the same time, right? That's kind of what you're trying to say. Like
Yeah.
disrespectful, maybe is like the right word.
EQ to interrupt the dash against melee champs. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be the first,
Okay.
and then
The
just
number
poke
two
with
was I
QQ.
sat and autoed the turret with my prio instead of getting a ward with just hitting the crystal. That was the second thing.
Yeah, you were on dangerous timer at like 246
And
it
it
was.
killed me like twice or something.
Yeah, and it
Like
killed you a
maybe
couple
one.
times when you were a little bit
Yeah.
greedy, where it's just like push the wave, drop the ward, hit the plate once, back up, push the next wave, take a base.
Yeah.
Basically.
I am definitely in the habit of you look at any game, any champion. If I push the tower, I will like do 4 damage poking them under the tower instead of getting a ward. I don't know why I do that. It's pretty troll.
Okay.
But it's more apparent to me in the past like 2 days because of, this, and then one of my friends kind of told me the same thing the other day. So it's kind of validating what something to work on, which is good.
Okay. Okay.
Let me think. Positioning was good. Lane assignments were probably fine. Macro was fine. Spell usage. I wasted a lot of spells on Ornn in kind of every fight. I think like I QQ'd Ornn like literally every single fight when I should have QE'd to try to hit behind him and stop the shit from happening, I guess. I tunnel visioned that one fight trying to EE the Silas. What the Viego was ulting on my head, so I should just like I don't know. I guess that was kind of positional too, but not like it was more spell placement or spell usage. Okay, spell usage. Let's QE on chokes, QQ for damage, QW for poke damage, or if they're low. But it's harder to hit than QQ, so it's like sometimes you just use QQ anyway, I guess.
Yep. I think the
Um,
scenarios when you QW are like low key kind of obvious, so I wouldn't worry about that one too much. Yeah. Keep going.
yeah.
Keep going.
I WE'd a lot of times in fights where I should have used literally anything else. Like a lot of fights. I just WE'd out of habit in so many of these fights, I think.
Okay.
And my ultimate usage was pretty bad in every fight. I either ulted Ornn, missed ult, or or just missed, which is not good.
Yeah.
So my ult,
That happened. Yep, that did happen. Okay.
I find it hard to ult their backline, to be honest with you. Do I play like how do I do that like realistically? Because even in that fight where I whiffed the ultimate on the Yunara, like I think if I don't press R on her, I just don't get to ult that fight. Like I don't know.
How do you get an ult onto the backline?
Like onto someone that isn't their Ornn.
Hmm.
Do I wait to get dove?
I think it's complicated. Like, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're not at that point yet where we need to like worry about how to slip past the line and like hit the back line. Focus on these things first. That's like the cherry on top, you know?
That's these like, things you just mean like generally like choosing the E spell, choosing the Q spell, choosing the W spell.
Yeah, your question was like how do I ult the back line and like not just be hitting the Ornn? And like obviously you're not supposed to ult the Ornn, right? But like you wait until somebody comes into your range who's more useful than burning spells on an Ornn. And then my second point would be, if your question is how do I get to the point where I'm like hitting the back line, my answer would be don't worry about that yet. Because your question is, how do I get basically if you're gonna be hitting the enemy backline, you've put yourself in a dangerous position, which I wouldn't recommend doing because that's basically just like breaking the fundamental rules of like staying behind your front line, right? It's like knowing when you could do that in a fight.
I just kind of wait to get dove then, and then I can like CC them or my team CCs them, and then I press R on. Like,
beautiful, exactly. Yes, exactly. Like Hwei is super good when the enemy comes into him, and very not great when he walks into the enemy. He controls chokes and he lets them come in.
That. Yeah, for sure.
Which is why if you're drafting Hwei in like a comp game, there was a Gen G comp that they played where they played like Nidalee, Hwei, with like a tanky top laner and a tanky support. But the champs that they'll play with usually won't be engaged champs. they'll be more like drag champs. So like Nautilus is a drag champ, right? It pulls them to you. Champions that can like basically play around their pocket and force enemies to come into them are really good with Hwei.
Yeah.
Just to control space is really, really good.
Like less Ornn and more like Gragas, I guess. Like Maokai.
Yep. Exactly. That's a very good way to look
Okay.
at it. Viego's fine too, right? Like just kind of control space, waits to go in for a while. Silas can be kind of like that too. Let's see. Yeah, Aatrox kind of like that. Sort of just waits around. Something that's not super heavy dive is good with him. So those are my points. Anyways, I think that was good, right?
Yeah, that was great.
Okay.
That was kind of that's we kind of touched on everything, right? That you wanted to say about my gameplay.
I think so. I think you have a good points to go forward with. DM me if you have questions about it. But I appreciate you, Envy, and I will now go to the next person.
I love being on. Next we're just gonna keep going all night. Wow.
I have to do
so wait,
6.
every single Thursday, will I am I coming back next Thursday? Is that how this is gonna work?
Yeah, you can come back next Thursday. That's fine.
Is that how everyone's gonna work, or is it just like
if you sign back up next Thursday, it's fine, but don't do two day, like you can't do 2 hours in the same day.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for having me. See you, man.
No problem. Bye.